Good morning, everybody. It is just a little after 6 on Thursday morning. Wow. Week is almost over. Wait for a few people to get in here if anyone decides to come in. Otherwise, I'll just be by my lonesome. This thing's annoying. Oh, another morning commute in Colorado. You gotta love it. I'll have to change the title of my video next time to talking about Navage or something that people like so I can get more viewers. I just had a few awesome ideas for titles that'll get viewers. So anyway, for those that watch this video after it's no longer live, my name is Michael. I go by Archon Delight on Twitch, X, and Kick. That's ARKONDLIGHT. It is the main call sign for this account. Just wanted to do a live video first thing in the morning on my way to work and just say hi to everybody and fill everybody in on what's going on with the channel and the live streams and basically everything else I'm doing right now. I think next time I'll go live on Twitch because I might get more viewers, but so life is interesting to say the least. I'm sure everybody out there can say the same or better or probably far worse depending upon who you are and what you're going through. Let me throw a little encouragement your way though. Life is not as bad as it seems. It may seem like, oh, this truck's not gonna let me in, so that sucks. But if you take into account everything you have to deal with on a daily basis and look at whatever the worst part of your day is that day. It's really not that bad. For example, Tuesday, one of our guys who is regularly driving and doing deliveries couldn't deliver because he had to do some personal stuff earlier in the afternoon before the route would be over, so he wasn't going to be able to drive, so I had to drive for him. It wasn't the best. I had to accomplish some stuff that if I didn't accomplish it, somebody else would have had to do my key role in my job, but it's okay. I got my key role items done, printing schedules, printing paperwork for the routes for me, well, not me, but for the 2 trucks we had for the following day, as well as the service guys who go out and do their thing and have a route as well. Once I got all that stuff done, then it was just up to me to, hop in a truck and go. And yeah, delivering is not my thing anymore. I don't enjoy it, but I do it. I mean, my philosophy is, sometimes life sucks, and some days you feel like grinning at the sucky part of life, and other times you let it get to you. As I get older, I've realized there are some things I'm still really good at, some things I'm getting better at, and some other things I absolutely suck at. But if that's the worst that happens today, so be it. Life is not measured by what you did yesterday that makes today better and tomorrow great. Life is measured by what you did to get through the hard times. What you did to make things work even though it seemed like they wouldn't. What you did to, I wouldn't say surpass, but what you did to make it through a tough situation that you thought, not you thought you'd never see, but you hoped you wouldn't see. In most people's lives, that would be a death of a beloved family member. For others, it would be the loss of a job you enjoy, or the loss of a good paying job that allowed you to have a life you thoroughly enjoy because of all the free time or the things you can do or the fun stuff or many different things. Roundabout, whee! But the majority of things that people deal with that makes their life suck is situations you either didn't plan for, hoped you would never see, or things that just don't work anymore. Like, for example, body parts. I would say Tuesday was probably one of those for me. I'm not as active as I used to be, but at the same time, I still try to be active, spend time with my 4 kids, love them to death, and deal with situations that, you idiot truck, you should have just gone around him. Yeah, sorry, Mr. Semi, you're not getting over right next to an on-ramp lane. That's not gonna happen. Oh, never mind. You'll just push your way in. But Tuesday was very tiring for me. Took longer than I expected, which was frustrating. I seem to have hurt my shoulder. How bad the injury is, I'll know around 2:30 when I go to physical therapy. I seem to be developing carpal tunnel, so I'm wearing a brace for that now. And yeah. No, Jaden, I don't touch your phone. When I came in last night looking for stuff, I was preparing for your sister's dance, and I was only digging in clothes. Didn't touch your phone one bit. So either you lost connection, or you maybe, I don't know, hung up on your own in your sleep, or maybe your girlfriend decided she wanted to hang up because she was tired. Who knows? With how late at night you guys stay up, any of those are possible. Um, yep, you're welcome, buddy. One of my biggest challenges nowadays is just trying to stay motivated. Well, I know she sleeps on the phone with you, but what if she literally rolled over and slept on the phone and hit the hang up button? Or if you did the same thing? Or was your phone plugged in all night? If it wasn't plugged in all night, maybe it died. Maybe when you woke up by me at around 12:30, maybe that's when you plugged it in. I don't know. I wasn't in your room, so I couldn't tell you. But one of my biggest issues that I deal with on a daily is just staying motivated. I mean, I can stay motivated thinking about my kids all day. Love thinking about my kids. How much bigger they're getting, how their personalities are developing and changing based upon my efforts as their dad. Oops, I missed that. Oh, shoot, I missed that last comment. Or, you know, just trying to stay on the ball, not lose my mind in the process, not get lost in the struggle. I think is another one of my issues. Sometimes I get so hyper focused on tasks that I forget to stop and breathe, you know? Forget to look at the situation around me and the world around me and just, live in it for a little bit. For example, one of the situations I was talking about earlier that, really affects people is loss. One of our church members, his grandmother passed away 2 days ago. And, for him, that was a major struggle. It was a very, very, very beloved family member, and his very, very beloved person in his life, a long-standing family member. And, just trying to deal with that loss. I can understand what it's like to deal with loss. We've all dealt with loss, whether it's the loss of a beloved pet or a few beloved pets, whether it's the loss of, gosh, if I sat here and named all the things that I've lost in my life, y'all would be so bored you'd want to shoot me. So, but I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know who might be watching this later, but if you're dealing with a situation that you don't know how to deal with, go to the people you trust the most and make sure they're good people. I'm not saying that we all have bad people in our lives, but we all have that one friend that they seem wishy-washy, or they always want to check on their status with us as a friend to make sure that they're still a friend. The reason why people that say they're our friends do that, it's usually because of, I'm not saying always, but usually because of one of two reasons. One of two reasons, as far as I know from what I've experienced. One, they either know that they're not the best friend in return, and therefore are trying to make sure that they haven't lost their status because of their inability to be a good friend at times, or it's because they're insecure because they're going through loss and they don't want to lose anything else. I know when it comes to my job, I can get like that because I've gone through a lot of loss, especially in the job department. Either from just not being focused enough, not doing what I'm supposed to because I'm going through other stuff that's affecting my performance, or just because I got lazy, or other loss is just loss you deal with. I'll tell you the story about how the first car I ever bought brand new got totaled by a riding lawnmower with nobody driving it. So at the time I was working for Frito-Lay, and I was out on route in my work truck delivering chips, and it was in the local vicinity. I wasn't 30-40 minutes away delivering. I was still relatively close. And now poop. Missed the light. I'll get front row seats. And I get a phone call from one of my coworkers who's already at the warehouse and he's loading up for the next day. And he tells me, he's like, hey, there was just an accident involving your car. You might want to get over here. It looks, no one's injured, but it looks pretty bad. I was like, oh no, not my car. The car I'm talking about was a 2006 Kia Spectra EX. Bought it brand new off the showroom floor with 22 miles on it. I think nowadays they still consider it new until it has, I think, like the first 2,000 to 5,000 miles on it. And they may even try and claim 10 nowadays. After 10,000 miles, the motor's broke in. So I don't consider that new because you have no clue how the last person broke in the motor. But of course, that's my opinion. So I finished up with my last stop and went over to where my car was. And it was unbelievable, the sight I saw. So this guy he had gone to one of his properties to mow the yard, put his riding lawnmower on a flatbed trailer which had fencing around the front but no lift gates, and the ramp was removable. So he got done with his job mowing the lawn, strapped the lawnmower by just the front, thinking, okay, physical force, I'm going forward, it's going to pull back on the strap, it'll keep it strapped, no worries. It wasn't in gear, so it was in neutral. And as he's driving by where my car is, right before there's a stop sign. And I guess he either wasn't paying attention or something and kind of stopped abruptly, and then started to carry on after that. Well, when he started to carry on after the stop sign, when he stopped abruptly, the ratchet strap that was holding his riding lawnmower to his trailer let loose. So as he was riding by me, the riding lawnmower started to go in reverse. Not because he was going super fast, just because that's centrifugal force and motion and all the other things that you find out when you learn physics and go deeper in it, which is lots of math that I don't care to put into this post. But right about 2 car lengths before he got to my vehicle, the riding lawnmower came completely off the trailer, turned right, and went into my back quarter panel where my brake lights were. Well, when that riding lawnmower, weighing maybe 300, possibly 400 pounds, I don't know exactly, it was one of the older ones, so it was made with good metal, so it probably weighed a decent amount, 300 to 400 pounds. Um, it caved in the corner of my trunk. Thank God I didn't really keep much in my trunk. I didn't have a sub, didn't have an extra sound system or nothing, so no major damage there. But at the same time, it twisted the frame because he hit a major point where the frame connects. Get him, Boise! Honk that horn! I just had a semi honk at somebody because they weren't turning left when they should have. So, went ahead and checked everything else about the car. Car drove just fine. However, I didn't find out the frame was twisted until I took it to the dealership and found out the frame was twisted. And unfortunately, frame damage, and living in a small town, the insurance adjuster was there to get the assessment almost immediately upon arriving at the car dealership, and they said, "Yep, it's totaled. Here's a check," and the car had been paid off, so I wasn't too worried about it. So all that money went into a new vehicle. That new vehicle ended up being a 2004 Mercury Mountaineer with a V6 and some other stuff. He doesn't have the stop sign out. He can't put the stop sign out on a big road like this, guys. Keep going. Oh my goodness, people. You guys don't know the rules. Oh. Anyway. When it twisted the frame so bad that the gap between my driver door and my passenger door on the passenger side of my vehicle was half of what it was on the driver's side. Meaning that it had basically twisted the frame so much it doubled it. And thus, the end of my Kia Spectra EX. I had filmed myself getting 100,000 miles on that vehicle. Pretty cool thing when the first vehicle you own you get 100K on. So if you ever had that experience, you're like, well, crap. Now it's an old car. Depending on how quickly you put 100,000 miles on a car. So anyway, that was the end of my 2006 Kia Spectra EX. So anyway, guys, I got to go into 7-Eleven real quick and grab me an energy drink for the day. So I'm not... come on, dude. Get your big butt in there. Truck should not be allowed to drive with the liftgate hanging out. So, be right back, guys. And then I'll end the video here shortly, but I'll be right back. Liquid energy. Gotta love it. So, but I will say to everybody that's out there, do not let life get you down. It sucks sometimes. It really does. At other times, it's amazing. It just depends on how you look at it. For me, with my faith, the loss of a family member, the bad thing is they're not there for you to enjoy anymore. They're not there to live their own life anymore. But with my faith, the good thing is, if they were in pain and suffering, they're not there to move! Fucking dumbass. And they're not suffering anymore. They're not in pain. They're not having to deal with the craziness of this world when they go on to a more peaceful place. So, that being said, y'all, thank you all for joining me for this wonderful morning commute. Have a blessed rest of your day, and I will see you on the flip side. I might do one on the way home, considering my on the way home will be to go home, change my pants, pick up my oldest daughter, and then go to my middle daughter's middle school dance, where I will be taking and printing pictures for the kids. Have a great day, y'all. Peace.